Anxiety disorders affect about 40 million adults in the US alone. They're the most common form of mental illness. The good news is it's absolutely possible to reduce the anxiety. The first step is to discover what activities are acting to trigger the anxiety. Anxiety is a fear or a worry about something happening in the future, something perceived to be stressful, dangerous, or an unfamiliar situation. It's a natural response to stress. The occasional anxiety is completely normal. We all experience the jitters, nerves, or fear from time to time, before important events like a job interview or public speaking. However, experiencing intense, excessive, or persistent anxiety, fear, and worry can interfere with the quality of your life and your health. Persistent and intense feelings of anxiety can be hard to control, and they can hinder your daily activities. Some people even experience panic attacks characterized by sudden feelings of anxiety or fear that can last for several minutes or longer. If you've been experiencing anxiety for 6 months or longer and it's interfering with your life, you might have an anxiety disorder, like generalized anxiety, social anxiety disorder, phobias, or another form of anxiety. However, even if you're only experiencing the occasional or mild anxiety, it's beneficial to look into the root cause of the issue and reduce the anxiety triggers. The symptoms of anxiety can differ from person to person, depending on the situation and the form of anxiety that you have. You might experience a racing heart, or you might even have scary panic attacks or nightmares. Some of the symptoms of anxiety are an increased heart rate, rapid breathing, feeling nervous, restlessness, feeling tense, having a sense of danger, trouble concentrating, a sense of stress, distress, dread, and worry, an intense general fear or worry. You could have intense fear or worry about a specific situation, place, person, or activity. You can feel out of control, have trembling, feeling tired and weak, sweating, gastrointestinal distress, difficulty falling asleep, feeling a disconnect between your body and your mind. You can have painful and worrisome thoughts and memories that you're unable to control, have difficulty controlling fear and worry, urge or behaviors to avoid things that can trigger anxiety, nightmares and panic attacks. When you think about factors that can trigger the anxiety, considering conflicts in relationships, social events, painful memories, public events, public performances, financial troubles, painful memories, and personal trauma can all come to mind. You might be surprised to know that your nutrition status and your overall health can also trigger anxiety. Not eating regularly can lead to a blood sugar drop. Eating a diet high in refined sugar and sugary processed food also leads to sugar crashes and potentially triggers anxiety. When you eat sugar, your body releases insulin to take care of the excess sugar in the bloodstream. However, too much sugar makes it difficult for your body to balance your blood sugar levels. This then leads to a sugar crash and the ups and downs that can trigger anxiety, irritability, worry, nervousness, and sadness. The fact that blood sugar can trigger anxiety is not new knowledge. Some of the first research on the topic was published in 1966. This study looked at people with reactive or functional hypoglycemia that was characterized by a relative drop in their blood sugar without reaching the hypoglycemic range. Subjects experienced anxiety, depression, insomnia, trembling, racing heart, dizziness, and forgetfulness. They were also consuming a diet high in refined carbohydrates and caffeinated beverages. Once they were put on a low-sugar, high-protein, and caffeine-free diet, their blood sugar levels evened out and their anxiety symptoms resolved. This discovery, there's been a number of research studies that have shown how the blood sugar levels can trigger anxiety. A 2015 cohort study has shown that a high glycemic load can lead to mood imbalances, hence it can trigger anxiety. According to a 2016 case report, adding more protein, fat and fibre to a diet can improve anxiety, mood, concentration, energy and blood sugar issues on a subject with generalized anxiety and hypoglycemia. Once they return to the former diet of refined carbohydrates, it re-triggered the anxiety. The gut literally affects everything in your body, including your brain and your mood, so it's not surprising the gut-brain axis dysfunction can trigger anxiety. The simplest way to understand the connection between your gut and your brain is thinking about a time when you felt nervous before a presentation or an exam. Chances are you felt butterflies in your stomach, nausea, stomach pain, or even diarrhea. As you can see, psychological factors can affect your gut and your physiology, leading to inflammation, and this affects movements of your gastrointestinal tract. And vice versa, a compromised gut flora can compromise your mood and your brain health and trigger anxiety. Your gut and your brain communicate through the gut-brain axis. One way they connect is through the vagus nerve, and this begins in the brainstem and it travels down into the gut, and it stimulates bowel motility and the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin in the gut. The other way that your gut and your brain communicate is through the microbial species that make up your microbiome. When the microbiome and the gut-brain axis is disrupted, it can lead to a number of cognitive dysfunctions and mood disorders, including anxiety, depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, attention deficit disorder, sensory processing disorder, autism, Parkinson's disease, dementia, and Alzheimer's. A 2016 scientific review discussed how your microbiome has bidirectional effects on your mood through the gut-brain axis. A compromised microbiome can trigger anxiety and lead to symptoms of various mood disorders. And mood disorders, like anxiety, can also compromise the constitution of your microbiome. 2017 scientific review agreed that the gut dysbiosis and inflammation can trigger anxiety, depression, and other prevalent mental illnesses, and probiotics can help to prevent or to help treat anxiety and depression by restoring the normal microbial balance. A 2019 review has shown that probiotic supplements, probiotic-rich food, and a gut-healthy diet can also help to balance your gut microbiome and lower the symptoms of anxiety. Neurotransmitters are naturally occurring chemical messengers, and they send information throughout your brain, and they affect your brain health and your mood. So it's important that they remain balanced to keep your mood and your mental health in a stable state. Neurotransmitters like gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA, glutamate, dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine are all responsible for regulating your emotions and various functions of your body. They've been shown to trigger anxiety and other mood disorders. Glutamate and GABA take up 90% of all neurotransmission in the body. They're responsible for regulating the emotional response to potentially threatening stimuli that can trigger anxiety. A 2015 research paper showed how a GABA imbalance can trigger anxiety, and balancing it can help with anxiety relief. A 2010 peer-reviewed research paper discussed the importance of looking to the glutamate-GABA imbalance as it can trigger anxiety. Glutamate is the main excitatory neurotransmitter in the body. It's involved in every neural pathway within the body, including the ones that affect, relieve, or trigger anxiety. N-methyl D-aspartate receptor, or the NMDA receptor, is an important glutamate receptor and an ion channel protein located in the nerve cell, and it's relevant for anxiety. NMDA may benefit learning and memory, hence it might allow you to unlearn anxiety-provoking behaviours and thoughts, and might enhance the benefits of cognitive behaviour therapy to reduce reactions to the thoughts and situations that trigger the anxiety. GABA is the main inhibitory neurotransmitter, and it can help with anxiety relief. This is why doctors often prescribe barbiturates and benzodiazepines that can increase the GABA and relieve the anxiety. However, these medications don't bind to the GABA receptors, and they also can lead to increased tolerance levels, addictions, toxicity, and other serious or even fatal side effects. Instead, there's natural solutions that will be discussed later. If you have anxiety, it's incredibly important to look at your diet. Inflammatory foods can increase inflammation, pain, and the risk of health issues, and they can also trigger anxiety. Refined sugar is incredibly inflammatory. When you eat too much sugar, your body can't process it quickly enough. As a result, it releases pro-inflammatory messengers called cytokines, and these can lead to physical and mental health issues. Processed foods are not only high in sugar, but they're usually high in other anxiety-triggering substances, like processed vegetable oils, artificial flavorings, gluten and additives, so these can also trigger the anxiety. Gluten is a protein that's found in a variety of grains. It's particularly problematic for those with celiac disease or gluten allergies. However, a large number of the population is sensitive to gluten, and they can experience inflammation, pain, and health issues from it. The gluten can also trigger anxiety. For some, even gluten-free grains are difficult to digest and can trigger anxiety. Artificial ingredients are designed to enhance flavour, texture and colour, or to extend the shelf life. Aspartame and MSG are two particularly dangerous artificial flavourings that can trigger anxiety. However, you need to be careful with all artificial ingredients and other additives and preservatives like monosodium glutamate, artificial colouring, high fructose corn syrup, guar gum, sodium benzoate, trans fats and any artificial flavouring. They can all lead to inflammation, increase the risk of disease and trigger anxiety. Processed vegetable oils like corn oil, canola, soybean oil, safflower, cottonseed oil and peanut are high in omega-6 fatty acids. This means they're also inflammatory and they contribute to pain and health issues. Processed vegetable oils can also trigger anxiety. Animals raised for conventional meat products are often not treated to the highest standards. They can be treated with hormones and antibiotics and fed with grains instead of grass. As a result, conventional meat products can be inflammatory and trigger anxiety. Caffeine can also trigger anxiety, so coffee and other caffeinated drinks like sodas and energy drinks can cause jittery effects and they can stimulate a fight or flight response similar to anxiety. Conventional treatment of anxiety often includes pharmaceutical medications. However, these medications serve as a band-aid without addressing the cause or fully resolving the problem. The following strategies can help you to reduce your anxiety and to live a more enjoyable life. If you're still struggling with anxiety, then you should work with a functional health practitioner to customize a specific plan for you. An anti-inflammatory diet is essential for your overall health, including your mental health. So remove any foods that trigger anxiety, including refined sugar, processed vegetable oils, processed food, junk food, artificial ingredients and flavorings, gluten, grain, conventional meat products, caffeine and toxins. Instead, turn to nutrient-dense anti-inflammatory and healing foods like leafy greens such as kale, spinach, Swiss chard, non-starchy vegetables like cucumber and celery, herbs and spices like turmeric, ginger, rosemary and cinnamon, low glycemic index fruits like berries and lemons, healthy fats like avocados, organic ghee and butter, coconut oil, clean protein like organic grass-fed beef, pasture-raised poultry, wild-caught fish, wild game and free-range eggs, nuts, seeds for the fibre, and fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut. Food sensitivities can trigger anxiety, and common food sensitivities include sugar, gluten, corn, soy, dairy and alcohol. However, you might also have some personal, less common sensitivities. To identify these sensitivities, you can try an elimination diet or get a blood test. Once you've identified your food sensitivities, it's important to remove them from your diet, as they can trigger anxiety and also lead to inflammation, pain and other health issues. Anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. The high and the chronic stress and a lack of good quality sleep can trigger anxiety. So to reduce anxiety, it's crucial that you reduce the stress and prioritize good sleep. To support your sleep-wake cycle, aim to go to bed and to wake up at the same time each day. Develop a nighttime routine that works for you. Turn off electronics close to bedtime and engage in relaxation activities and maybe even take herbal supplements or herbal tea. Your gut affects your brain and your mood, and a compromised gut health and gut flora imbalance can trigger anxiety. So improve your gut health and your bowel motility. This is crucial to prevent the anxiety. You can eat the anti-inflammatory diet as your first step. However, there's other ways to support your gut health. It's important to calm the body and to eat your food in a relaxed state. This helps your body to produce enough digestive enzymes to adequately break down and absorb the nutrients that you're putting into it. When you're stressed, you're not able to digest the food effectively. So if you have to eat often on the go, it's best to have smoothies and things that are light and easy on your digestive system. When you're dealing with an underlying gut issue, enzymes and hydrochloric acid can benefit your digestion. They can help to support the healthy digestion of the macronutrients, enhance the nutrient absorption, and support the breakdown of polysaccharides. You can add trimethylglycine or betaine and this can support the healthy stomach acid production, reduce the microbial overgrowth, and improve protein and amino acid digestion. Taking high-quality probiotics is essential for ensuring a healthy gut flora. Probiotic supplements are also probiotic and prebiotic food can help here. Physical exercise has enormous benefits for your mental health. A lack of movement can trigger anxiety and can increase mood imbalances. Research has shown regular exercise can reduce the frequency and the intensity of anxiety and panic attacks. Exercise regularly for 20 to 30 minutes 5 times a week and move your body every day. Mix your routine and find different forms of exercise that work for you. This could be swimming, hiking or running, as they're great for the cardiovascular health and for anxiety relief. Weightlifting, resistance training and CrossFit are also fantastic for your strength. Yoga has been shown to have both physical and mental health benefits and might also help to combat anxiety. Pilates and low-impact exercises can help to build strength while calming your mind also. Magnesium is present in all cells of the body, and it's involved in hundreds of enzymatic processes, including energy production. Magnesium is the most common nutritional deficiency linked to an array of health issues like anxiety. Due to our depleted soils, it's difficult to meet all your magnesium needs, even from a nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory healing diet. That's why it's recommended that you take a magnesium supplement such as magnesium glycinate. As you learned earlier, the inhibitory neurotransmitter GABA, when out of balance, can trigger anxiety. Hence you could benefit from increasing your GABA levels. Supplementing with pure GABA has not been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier. Therefore, you should use other supplements, for example, picamilin or passion flower. You could also use L-theanine, which is extracted from green tea. This can be beneficial if you're consuming caffeine, as the L-theanine can reduce the side effects. L-taurine is also beneficial for having a GABA-like effect in calming the brain. Sometimes it's hard to combat anxiety alone. If you've tried everything and nothing seems to work, consider finding a health practitioner that can help you to identify the root cause that could be triggering your anxiety. Finding the root cause that triggers anxiety can be key to figuring out the best nutritional and lifestyle solutions to help to eliminate the anxiety from your life. You could even try alternative therapies like hypnosis or neuro-linguistic programming to help with the psychological aspects. Anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. However, frequent, excessive and persistent anxiety can seriously interfere with your life and affect your overall health. Understanding the factors that trigger anxiety and following dietary, lifestyle and supplement recommendations can help to reduce your anxiety. To learn more related information, check out my Know Your Neurotransmitter series, my videos on nootropics, my videos on DHEA supplementation, the pregnenolone steal and cortisol's relationship with stress. To learn more about herbs, supplements and natural treatments, or to book a consultation, check out my website.